Welcome to Synergy online classes. Today the topic is osmosis. What is osmosis first? See, suppose if I take a pure solvent on one side, the most common solvent is water taken, but any solvent can be taken here. Now other side is solution. That means solute in solvent. Now if these two beakers are connected through a semi-permeable membrane. Semi-permeable membrane means it permits only solvent particles. It is designed in such a way that it permits only solvent molecules or solvent particles, not the solute. So what is this SPM, semi-permeable membrane, contains? Suppose if this is semi-permeable membrane. Now there are small holes will be present in the semi-permeable membrane. So these holes, pore size, this size of the pores or holes are designed in such a way that it allows only the solvent molecules but not the solute molecules. So now what happens is here, suppose if I take SPM, it contains many holes. Now right side there is a solution is there, left side there is a pure solvent is there. Now here only solvent molecules are allowed through the to travel through the pores. So left to right also solvent molecules are going through the pore to the right side, and right to left also there will be solvent molecules going to the left side. So both happens in both ways, that molecules will travel through the pores. But now see here, right hand side, since solute is also present along with solvent molecules, so these solutes, they come in way of solvent flow. They come in way of the solvent flow to the other side. Suppose if there is a pore is there, and if solute molecule is coming and blocking it, then solvent molecules cannot go effectively to the other side. Since concentration of solvent is more on the right hand side as compared to the left hand side, therefore molecules will flow from right hand side to the left hand side more in quantity as compared to that of left to right. Therefore here, so I have drawn here, see, as you see here, there are black color lines from pure solvent to solution side are more in number as compared to the red color lines which are traveling from the solution side to the solvent side, because solvent flow is hindered from the right to left because of the solute presence. That's why the flow will be less as compared to the other pure solvent to the solution side. So therefore the net flow of solvent is flowing from both sides, but net flow of solvent is from pure solvent side to the solution side. So if you observe this phenomenon, you will see that level of pure solvent is coming down and this level is going up because there is a net flow is there from the pure solvent to the other side. This process is called osmosis. This process of flowing of solvent from pure solvent side to the solution side is called osmosis. Now we have studied what is osmosis. Now let's look into the picture of what is osmotic pressure. osmotic pressure. Now see, suppose if I have a pure solvent on one side and other side there is a solution. Both are open beakers, let's say. So therefore here atmospheric pressure will be acting and here also atmospheric pressure will be acting. You have connected these two beakers with a SPM, semi-permeable membrane. Now here, now normally if you leave like this, then the flow will be there from the left hand side to the right hand side. This is osmosis. Now suppose if you apply a pressure here, extra P applied, I am writing extra pressure applied. Already pressure, atmospheric pressure is acting here. Suppose if extra pressure is applied here on the solution side, then what happens? Indirectly you are pushing the liquid so that more molecules, more solvent molecules now go to the other side. So you are pushing it, so therefore more molecules will travel to the solution side to the other side. So the osmosis, the rate of flow or the net flow from the left to right now will decrease when extra pressure applied on solution side the osmosis decreases. It is still there, okay? The net flow will be still there from the left to right, but it will decrease. The number of molecules flowing per second from left to right will be lesser in number because right to left is now increased. The rate of flow from right to left is increased due to the application of the extra pressure. Now, suppose if you apply the pressure, if applied pressure keeps increasing, P extra pressure which is there, if you keep increasing this one, then at some point the osmosis stops. What is the meaning of osmosis stops? There is no net flow from left to right. That means LHS side to RHS side, whatever flow is there, it is balanced by the RHS side to the LHS side. These both are balanced. That's why there is no net flow is there from one side to other. Therefore, I say that osmosis is stopped, ceases. Now this is the pressure at which osmosis stopped is called the osmotic pressure. Okay. So the pressure at which osmosis stopped is called osmotic pressure. Which is normally represented as pi. Pi means don't think that it is a 3.14 value. It is a notation just for osmotic pressure. So if osmotic pressure is applied on the solution side, then the osmosis will be stopped. Now, so we have studied what is osmosis, which is the net flow from the pure solvent to the solution side. Next, we have seen what is osmotic pressure. It is the extra pressure applied on the solution side which can stop the osmosis process. Next, we will see what is reverse osmosis. It is also very simple. You must have seen the purification of water in many equipments. It is written that it is purified, water will be purified by the reverse osmosis process. In many water bottles also you must have seen when you purchase outside, it is written that reverse osmosis is used to purify the water. Now, what is this process? It's very simple. Osmosis we know suppose if pure solvent is there, suppose if I take pure water here and here impure water. Impure water means what? There is some dirt particles are there, dirt, bacteria or whatever other particles are there along with solvent water. Now we know that actually here atmospheric pressure is there and here also atmospheric pressure is there. If I apply osmotic pressure pi, then there is no osmosis. Osmosis will be absent here. But suppose if I take a pressure greater than the osmotic pressure, that means I am applying the pressure which is greater than, if P is greater than osmotic pressure, then what happens? If you apply the pressure, osmosis keeps decreasing, and when it touches the value of osmotic pressure, a particular value, then osmosis completely ceases, or there is no net flow. Remember, there will be flow definitely left to right and right to left. Net flow will be absent. Now, if you apply the pressure more than the osmotic pressure, which is there, which is a value, fixed value for the given system, then what happens? Now the flow will be there from the right side to the left side. So if P is greater than osmotic pressure, there will be net flow will be there from right to left. So what will flow? In fact, it is not the solute particles. The solute particles or dirt particles will not be flowing through the SPM. SPM prevents them. So SPM allows only solvent molecules, which is water. So water only will flow from impure side to the pure side. So you will get the pure water, the LHS increases quantity. So that is what we want in the reverse osmosis process. We want pure water from the impure water, or we want to prepare from the pure water from the saline water. So that is what happening ultimately. So this is the process of reverse osmosis. So if you don't apply any pressure on the impure water side, then normal process of flow will be like this. If you keep applying the pressure from the impure side, then this osmosis keeps decreasing and ultimately it comes to zero at a particular applied pressure called osmotic pressure. Now if the pressure is more than the osmotic pressure, then water will be flowing from the right to left in a reverse direction. That's why it is called reverse osmosis. Now let's see a few more terminologies in this osmosis case. That is, what is isotonic solutions? There are three kinds of solutions you will come across in this concept. One is isotonic solutions. Isotonic solutions means, suppose if there are two solutions are there, okay, and this is solution 1 and this is solution 2. If these two solutions are connected with SBM and there is no net flow, if there is no net flow of solvent to either side, to any side there is no net flow of solvent, then the two solutions are called isotonic solutions. They are called isotonic solutions. Okay. So, in other words, if osmotic pressure, in other words, if osmotic pressures of both solutions are same, we call it isotonic solutions. That is called isotonic solutions. That is the definition of isotonic solutions. Now, what is the relationship between a solution and the osmotic pressure? Let's see that also. See, osmotic pressure is calculated based on the formula pi is equal to C into R into T, where C is the molarity of the solute, the solvent. What is its molarity? We know molarity formula moles by the volume in liters. Now, pi is the osmotic pressure, we know, and its unit will be in the atmosphere. If it is unit in atmosphere, then remember one thing, do not put R value as 8.314. You have to put R value 0.0821, which is the units in terms of the atmosphere. So this, and temperature will be in the Kelvin scale. Now if you substitute these values, you will get osmotic pressure for a given solution at a particular concentration. If you change the concentration, then osmotic pressure also correspondingly will change. So therefore, in the left case, suppose if this is have a concentration C1 and this is have a concentration C2, then for this pi 1 will be C1 into RT and pi 2 will be C2 into RT. Now if both concentrations of the solutes are same, then pi 1 is equal to pi 2, then in that case we call it isotonic solutions. Now there are two more cases are there, just like isotonic solutions, hypotonic and hypertonic solutions. What is hypotonic and hypertonic? Let's see quickly. Hypotonic solution means, suppose an osmotic pressure of a solution, if it is less than the osmotic pressure of other one, then this pi 1, this solution corresponding to the pi 1 is called the hypotonic solution. For example, here the solution is there, it's connected to SPM, is connected to the other one. The second one has a pi 2, first one has a osmotic pressure pi 1, and let's say pi 1 is less than pi 2. In other words, C1 is less than C2. Then automatically pi 1 will be less than pi 2 because pi is directly proportional to the C. So if pi 1 is less than pi 2, then this solution is called hypotonic solution, wherever lesser osmotic pressure is there. Since less pi value, wherever lesser osmotic pressure is there, that is called hypotonic solution. And what will be the other one? The one which has a higher pi value, it is called hypertonic solution. Hypotonic, hypertonic. Since higher pi value. So hypotonic solution and hypertonic solution. So this is the difference between them. Isotonic means pi values must be same, then both solutions are called isotonic solutions. Now if pi value is not same, then the one which has a lower value, the solution which has a lower pi value is called hypotonic, the solution which has a higher pi value is hypertonic solution. So this is the concept and important points involved in the osmosis process. Dear students, if you really understood the concept and if you think you really benefited from this video, then please subscribe, like and share this video. Dear students, if you want to take full benefit of these classes, please join our interactive live online classes. Thank you.